Hello, everyone. So, in today's DILR session, I have picked up CAT 25 slot 1 movement based arrangement question. So, a circular table is there, and four people are moving. It's a dynamic movement that is happening. A very interesting question. On the look of it, it looks very difficult and complicated, but once you crack the code, it is damn easy, and all the four questions can be solved very quickly. But yes, that deduction is very important in this particular set. Okay, so let us start the discussion. So this is the set, right? If you want, you can stop the video and check it, right? And yeah, so this is the set, and these are the four questions. Okay, so you can stop and attempt yourself wherever you wish. Okay, let me read the set first so that I can decide what is the difficulty level of the set. Okay, so a round table has seven chairs around it. The chairs are numbered 1 through 7 in a clockwise direction. Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah. So, four friends, Aslam, Bashir, Chavi, and Davis sit on four of the chairs. In the starting position, Aslam and Chavi are sitting next to each other, while for Bashir as well as Davis, there are empty chairs on either side of the chairs that are sitting on. The friend takes turns moving either clockwise or counterclockwise from their chair. The friend who has to move in a turn occupies the first empty chair in whichever direction he or she chooses. Aslam moves first, followed by Bashir, Chavi, and Davis, turns 2, 3, and 4 respectively. Then Aslam moves again, followed by Bashir and Chavi, turns 5, 6, and 7 respectively. The following information is known. The four friends occupy adjacent chairs only at the end of turn 2 and turn 6. Davis occupies chair 2 after turn 1 and chair 4 after turn 5. And Chavi occupies chair 7 after turn 2. So in this particular question, this definitely looks a bit complex because A, it is a circular arrangement that automatically gives a chance, a possibility that there could be multiple possibility, right? Multiple cases that is. Then the other thing is people are moving here, but let us try to understand what is this about. So there are seven places. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are seven chairs. Right now, what has happened is that there are four people sitting here. Some condition is given, and they start moving. Each turn, one person moves, which also means that only position of that person moving is going to change. Now, if this deduction you cannot understand, then this becomes impossible to solve. Now, once again, I repeat: in every turn, only one person is moving and the others remain seated. That also means that if a person sits in a chair, he will only move from that chair when his turn comes. So, for example, Davis occupies chair 2 after turn 1. So after turn 1, Davis has occupies chair number 2. Before turn 1 also, he would have occupied chair number 2. Why? Because turn 1 was the chance when would have moved. When will Davis move from chair number 2? When his turn comes. That is turn number 4. So that is important deduction that you need to understand. Right. So then there is some initial case that is given that Aslam moves first, followed by, Aslam and Chavi are sitting next to each other. So you can make them sit anywhere. So I will make them sit Aslam and Chavi here. In a circular arrangement question, the first position is absolutely up to you. Whether you make C above, A below, that's not going to change anything. The first fixture is absolutely free. Wherever you want to do it, because we have not numbered anything so far, right? The now the next arrangement, which is Bashir as well as Davis, there are empty chairs on either side. That means Bashir and Davis will be sitting in these position. Bashir and Davis. But hold on. I cannot say that for sure Bashir will be sitting here. It can be Bashir or Davis. Why so? Because I have already fixed position of A and C. Now, wherever I make B and D sit, they are in relation to A and C, and that relation is not given. So there are two possibilities. This is the initial set that is given to me, and then people keep on moving, right? The deduction that I have made is that the person who sits in a chair moves from that chair only when his position is when there is a turn. Okay, so these are the four questions. What is the number of chair initially occupied by Bashir? Looks relatively easy. Who sits on the chair number 4 at the end of turn 3? Who sits at the chair number 4 at the end of turn 3? Which of the chairs are occupied at the end of turn 6? We know that chairs occupied at the end of turn 6 are consecutive and adjacent in nature, right? And it is also given that chair number 4 was occupied by Davis at the end of turn 4 or 5. What was it given? Turn 5. So Davis is occupying chair number 4 after turn 5 and Davis turns अब आता ही नहीं है इसके बाद, तो 4 तो पक्का आंसर में होगा. तो इन तीनों में से कुछ आंसर है. दिस हैज बीन रूल्ड आउट. Which of the following best describe the friend sitting on the chairs adjacent to the one occupied by Bashir at the turn 7? Cannot say क्या है अभी. ठीक है. So anything can happen. Now, this is the question. Now, let us evaluate. We have already devoted good number of time and we had, to this set. We can solve it now. If the filters fulfill, can I immediately visualize the representation? Yes, representation is already given. It's in the form of the circle. So that representation is already given. Is the data manageable? Maybe. There are 4 people, 2 possible directions, 7 turns, but few conditions are given. So bit doubtful about here. Deduction. Can I spot at least one early inference after the first read? Yes, I have already done that. And that also implies Davis would have taken chair 4 in turn 4. So by the end of turn 3, chair 4 would be empty. Why so? Because it is given that Davis occupies chair 4 by the end of turn 5. टर्न 5 में वो चेयर 4 ऑक्यूपाई कर रहा है, मतलब टर्न 4 में भी वही किया होगा बिकॉज टर्न 5 इज नॉट हिज टर्न, सो ही विल बी सिटिंग एट हिज पोजीशन. सो टर्न 4 में भी ही वुड बी सिटिंग एट द सेम पोजीशन, right? That means nobody was sitting in chair number 4 by the end of turn 3. And one question already solved. That's what one question is asking. How much effort before the first answer? Very easy. We have already done that here. Okay. Now let us look at the initial positions. Okay. So this is the initial position that is given. Okay. This we have already drawn. But from further information, we can say that this is initial position. B will sit at position number 4 and D will sit at position number 2. Why so? Let us see. What is given here? Davis occupies chair 2 after turn 1. Okay, firstly, let us fix, there is another piece of information also given that Chavi occupies chair 7 after turn 2. So Chavi and A and C, initially they are sitting here. Chavi will only move from her chair when her turn comes, which is turn number 3. So after turn 2, he will be sitting at the position in which she will be sitting in the position in which she was sitting initially. So this position is 7, right? So this is the marking now. C is sitting at 7. Now why I am saying that B will be sitting at 4 and D will be sitting at 2 is because of this particular line. Davis occupies chair 2 after turn 1. So initial position of Davis would be chair number 2. Since marking is done in the clockwise direction, so 7 is here. That means 1 will come, 2, 3, 4. This would be the marking. I cannot do in a clockwise arrangement this marking. 7, 6, 5. This is not the right way of marking. The right way of marking would be 1, 2, 3, that order, right? So this is the initial position of someone. Now we have already answered another question. What was Bashir's initial position? That was one of the question. So Bashir's initial position is position number 4. Remember, we have answered another question. Which question was this? So what is number of chair initially occupied by Bashir? That is 4. We have already answered this. Who sits on chair number 4 at the end of turn 3? Nobody sits. Nobody sits. This inference I have shown you here, right? Because it is given that Davis sits at the chair 4 by the end of turn 5. So he must have moved in his turn to chair number 4, and that chair needs to be empty when his turn comes. That is by the end of turn 3 and the beginning of turn 4. So we have already answered 2 questions without much of the effort. Okay. All right. So now let us continue. So this is your initial position that we have just now seen. Okay. So this is your initial position. What happens in the next turn? I will need to go back and check the instructions once. So this is initial. So this would be turn one, end of turn one, end of turn two. All right. So now it is given that by the end of turn two, all people are sitting together. And who can make to put the changes? Only A and B are allowed to make changes. Now suppose A can move in two directions. One direction is A moving to 5. So if A moves to 5 and C and D keeps their initial position because they are not allowed to move after turn 2, then they four cannot sit together. That cannot be adjacent. So only way to do is that A moves to position number 1. It will be this. So what happens is now A moves to position 1, all other positions remain fixed. Now, since at the end of turn 2, all four have to sit adjacent, the only way possible is B moves to seat number 3. So this is by the end of turn 2. Now next, turn 3. Turn 3, we need to understand is C's turn. So what are the possibilities for C to go? Right? So C can move in two directions. Okay, what are the two directions? Let me switch off my video now so that you can observe it clearly. Okay. So now C has two possibilities. One is C can move to position number 6, and the other is C moves and goes to position number 4. Now see, if moves to position number 4 by the end of turn 3, then next chance of C will come in what? Chance number 7, turn number 7. So C would have occupied that position. But it is given in the question that Davis comes and sit in the seat number 4. And he occupies that position at the end of turn 5. So C cannot move in the clockwise direction. She can only move in the anti-clockwise direction to fulfill that condition. So what will happen here is C will move here. So this is now the next position. C has moved. Okay. So we have already answered two questions. Now there is third question. What was our third question? Let us see the third question. Okay. So yeah. So I think we can also answer the third question now. Third question is which of the chairs are occupied by the end of turn 6? Now we have already completed the diagram till turn number 3. Yeah, this is turn number 3 completed. Okay, so who will occupy the positions after turn number 6? We know that D would have come to position number 4 by the end of turn number 4. So this is turn 4, right? So this is turn 4. So this is the position after turn 4. Everything sits here. Turn 5 and turn 6, it is given that after turn 6, all the four people sit together. Okay. Now we need to understand that whatever happens, turn 5 and turn 6, chances to A or B ke hi movement ki hai. C and D cannot move. So if C and D cannot move, that means seat number 4 and 6 are occupied. If seat number 4 and 6 are occupied after turn 6, then which all seats are occupied? Let us see. Let us see the options. So option number 1, because 4 and 6 are occupied, so only this can be the answer. So we already know third one is also solved. So this was 4 we have seen, this was no one we have seen, and this is the first one. Now the last one, which of the following best describes the friend sitting on the chairs adjacent to the one occupied by the Bashir at the end of turn 7? Okay. Oh, so done. Now this was turn 4. So let me erase the ink and draw the diagram for turn number last 6. Okay. So turn number 6, we know that they are sitting adjacent. So at the end of turn number 6, A would be sitting here and B would have come here. So this is turn number 6. So this is turn number 6. Now turn number 7, has to move. If C moves, then only position adjacent to B which is occupied has been occupied by D. So another question solved. Davis only is the right answer for this. So who occupies at the end of turn 7 the position beside Bashir? Only Davis, because C has to move. She cannot say that I cannot move. It's her turn and she has to move. So we have solved all the four questions relatively easier than all the sets that we have done so far. A complex looking set, but once you crack one question, or once you deduce one thing, everything falls into place. Thank you so much for watching this.